My eyes are just killing me though. I just wish I could wear my glasses. If the stupid light ring wasn't so reflective. Stupid light ring. So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about one of the festivals, the Equinox. And basically, the Equinox is a celebration of balance, the balance between the light and the dark. But where does it come from? Not the Equinox, but where does this festival come from? Well, for us, the Wheel of the Year is a Wiccan festival, and it celebrates the annual cycle of the seasons. So Wiccans embrace nature worship essentially and connect the Wheel of the Year to the cycle of birth and death, and they pull on how that might relate to various deities. For example, there is an oak king and a holly king, and it's very symbolic of the annual cycle of death and renewal that Wiccans believe in. For us, the Wheel of the Year represents a useful framework that we can use to celebrate the changing of the seasons. At Magenta, we appreciate the beauty of nature. In fact, we find it so useful for personal development, for mental health reasons, to get outside and just bathe in nature every now and again. And so we think that everyone can benefit and draw positivity from nature, regardless of whether you are Wiccan or not. So occasionally, 8 times a year, we will talk about one of those Wiccan festivals. We try not to get too bogged down in the religious meaning of the festival because we're not Wiccan. We don't try to pretend to be, we don't teach other people how to be Wiccan, but we do just want to point out that that is where some of our material comes from, some of our belief systems come from. And so for us, when we talk about things like the equinox, we just want to be really clear that's the journey that we came along in order to get to where we are now. So the equinox, the 21st of March, we are celebrating one of the festivals in the Wheel of the Year. So for those of us that live in the Northern Hemisphere, this time of year is called Astara, and it's an equinox festival. Basically, it marks the point of the year in which light and darkness are in perfect balance. And I guess for us, we would say that it's symbolic of a new beginning. So it's the time of year for us in the Northern Hemisphere, pretty much new beginnings. Life is emerging. We are well past the winter period, and it's definitely a good time of year to spot the emerging leaves on the trees and for watching all the animals tending to their young. Beautiful. For those of us enjoying the turn away from summer, so you Southern Hemisphere people, this time of year is called Mabon. And for you guys, this would be the second celebration of the harvest. very much a celebration of the fruits of the earth, and is a recognition for the need to sort of collect and gather all of that juicy stuff in for the coming winter. So what would we say about that? Well, for us, it's a good time of year for observing the changing colours, as nature prepares itself really for winter. So these festivals, so the festival of the equinox, celebrating the equal parts light and dark. So we're celebrating balance. So this time of year is very much a focus on balance. For example, you could turn this time of year to look at your own focus, internal focus, about how balanced you feel. So, for example, whether this is having a look at your work-life balance, or perhaps it's something even more personal, like giving equal attention to your personal needs, as well as meeting the needs of others. It's worth noticing that the sun is just starting its journey back across the sky with Aries. So Aries is associated with sort of strength, whether these are strong beginnings or potentially strong endings to something. There's no doubt that working with that Aries energy during the equinox is definitely going to be a good time to start a project, or to start bringing a very firm, strong bit of winding up for a piece of work. As the wheel of the year turns, our attention to the balance of light and dark then starts to maybe be a check-in with our shadow side. Now, checking in with your shadow side isn't something everybody is always really comfortable with. Because obviously focusing on what your conscious mind, for whatever reason, has kept hidden from you is definitely not easy. So for this, we would invite you to just give your logic brain a bit of a rest, and be open. Get in touch with your shadow side. Now, you can do this by simply going outside for a run, or going outside for a walk, or practicing some meditation, or maybe doing some yoga. Because obviously spending time outside can really help that bit of your brain, that logic brain, reveal that cheeky shadow side, just by having that logic side slow down a bit. It just gives the intuition a bit of room to come in with subtle, kind suggestions for you. You can also work with tarot cards. Tarot cards are brilliant to give that intuitive hit in order to work on your shadow side. So try pulling some cards and see what's going on. If you are struggling to see what is there, finding what is hidden from you can be reflected back through those tarot cards. We would also suggest that this 21st of March, so 21st of March 2022, the moon happens to be in Scorpio. You could try a little magic in order to see what is there. We've got a quick spell to reveal what is hidden. Now, you can have a look at that over on our YouTube channel. You can have a look at that over on magentaschoolofmagic.com by having a look at the blog. So you can have a little practice, quick spell, just to reveal what is hidden. So you could have a look at and try to find that shadow self in order to bring a bit of balance to working with light and dark in your own sort of personal development. But you know, whatever you choose to do and how you choose to celebrate, just enjoy the light and enjoy the dark. So happy equinox, people, and we will see you next time. So that's it, that's our show. If you liked it, give us a rating and review, share with others, tell your friends. You'll find all our contact stuff over at magentaschoolofmagic.com, including our social media and links to the Magick School itself.